Listen, I need you to hear me clearly today because we are living through a moment where the people in power think that we're too tired, too broke, too stupid, and too distracted to fight back. But they forgot one thing. We don't have to march. We don't have to riot. We certainly don't have to beg. All we have to do is stop buying what they're selling. That's it. Economic disobedience. It's the one form of protest that they cannot police. They cannot censor it. They can't rate it and they can't spin it on cable news. And right now, this country has never been more ripe for a boycott in modern history. Let me tell you why. Well, first of all, the government's not governing. They're not. We have politicians that don't pass laws. They just pass blame. Agencies are being gutted, regulations are being rolled back, and the people making the decisions about your life, they're not your elected officials. They're the corporations that are funding them. And when your government stops working for you, your wallet becomes your vote, baby. Two, corporations are running the country. Lobbyists write the bills. CEOs advise the president. Billionaires dictate economic policy like it's their own personal spreadsheet. Your rent, your groceries, your medicine, all decided by boardrooms that you never stepped inside of. Sadly, this is not democracy. This is an auction. Three, prices are manipulated, not inflation, manipulation. Record profits during a crisis, shrinkflation that steals from you with a smile, junk fees just for breathing, companies raising prices because they can and lowering them only when they want political points. Sorry, but no, we're not in a free market. My friends, we are in a hostage situation. And the fourth reason is that the working class is being squeezed to death. SNAP cuts, Medicare cuts, food prices are up, housing is almost completely out of reach, medical costs that would bankrupt a Roman emperor. Every single policy decision hits the poor first, the hardest, and the longest. This is not an accident. This is an extraction economy, and we are the resource. What the hell? Five, boycotts work when politics don't. History proves it. Montgomery, Cesar Chavez, South African divestment, Nestle, Nike, Bud Light, Disney, when millions of people decide to stop funding the harm that's being done to them, yeah, the system panics. Money talks. Withholding money screams. And here's the reality that they hate. There are only a few thousand billionaires, but there are 330 million of us. If we simply just stop feeding the machine stops. They can't arrest you for skipping Starbucks. They can't tear gas you for not buying Christmas presents. They can't send the National Guard after you just because you canceled Amazon Prime. Economic disobedience is the safest, most powerful form of mass protest in the world. And baby, we got demands. These are not wishes. These are not policies. These are non-negotiable terms for our participation in this economy. First and foremost, tax the fucking rich. For real, not symbolic gestures. Okay? Not political theater of closing a loophole next year. No, actual taxation. Period. Restore the top tax bracket to historic levels and offshore tax havens. Tax wealth, not just wages, and billionaire tricks like stock buyback compensations. If they want to run the country, well, then let them fund the country. Two, universal health care. Now. No deductibles, no premiums, no networks, no GoFundMe medications. Every other advanced nation figured this out decades ago. We demand a system where getting sick doesn't destroy your life. Number three, universal basic income. A floor that nobody falls below. A guarantee that no American starves. No one is forced into homelessness, where people cannot be exploited into taking abusive jobs out of desperation. A basic income isn't radical. Poverty is. Four, a living wage indexed to the real cost of living, not $7.25 an hour, not $15 an hour. A wage tied to inflation, productivity, corporate profits. If the economy grows, workers grow with it, always and automatically. Five, overturn Citizens United and get money the hell out of politics. We demand an end to dark money, an end to corporate PACs, public campaign financing, transparency in all political spending. No more elections being auctioned off to the highest bidder. Number 6, term limits. Period. Congressional limits, Supreme Court limits, mandatory retirement ages. Democracy is not supposed to be a lifetime appointment. Power must rotate or it rots. 7, a national anti-corruption act. If you make the laws, you cannot own stock in the companies that you regulate. This includes Congress, cabinet members, judges, agency directors. No more insider trading. No more self-enrichment. No more Fox's Garden hen house. 8, break up monopolies. We demand that the government enforce the antitrust laws that are already on the books. Break up big banks, big health insurance, big food conglomerates, big tech, private equity, housing cartels. Competition lowers prices. Monopolies, raise them. It's not complicated. 9, national voting rights protection. Automatic registration, expanded early voting, paper ballot backups, ban voter purges, standardize election systems nationwide. Democracy must be accessible to be real. And finally, 10, a financial bill of rights for the working class. We demand no predatory overdraft fees, no medical debt collections, no payday loan exploitations, transparent pricing, guaranteed access to basic banking. Being poor should not be a financial crime. So why does this boycott matter so much? These reforms will never come from Congress voluntarily. They will never come from corporations willingly. It will never come from billionaires at all. They come from pressure. They come from unity. They come from millions of people stepping back and saying, no more, not until you change. The holidays hit their profits the hardest. A winter boycott isn't symbolic, it's strategic. When fourth quarter profits fall, CEOs panic, shareholders panic harder. Politicians panic the most because suddenly the people aren't afraid. The corporations are. And my final message, we're not helpless. We're not alone. We're not outnumbered. We are the economy. Without us, nothing moves, nothing ships, nothing sells, nothing grows. They need us. We don't need them. If they won't listen to our votes, you better believe they're going to listen to our wallets. This is the big, beautiful boycott, and these are our demands, and we are just getting started. Give yourself freedom for Christmas this year. Take off the shackles. Give yourself the gift of freedom. Give your country the gift of freedom. Give your grandchildren the gift of freedom. If we sit back and do nothing and continue to just shovel all of our hard money into the pockets of the ones who oppress us, our children, our grandchildren, great-grandchildren, it's not much of a future for them. So this year, we can even give the world the gift of freedom. We can do this. I made the mistake of looking at a Black Friday deal and damn near cried. So I highly recommend not even looking at the sales because they're going to do everything they can to get you to spend your money this year, just like you do every year, just like I do every year. But we really have to be strong this year. Because this year, it really matters. This is not just a game to play just to see what happens. Our future depends on this. And because it's Christmas time and because this is the time that they make most of their profits, this is the time of the year to do it. It's not going to be the same in February or, August. Christmas time is when they make their money. So this is the time that we need to send that message. Do not spend one dime at any of these corporations, any of the big box places. Shop at small businesses in your hometown, thrift stores. You can donate money to food banks. You can donate money or supplies to, shelters, dog shelters. There's a lot you can do. Maybe next year I can talk everybody into getting rid of those damn Christmas trees. I couldn't, I don't know why it hit me the way it did when I was a kid, but I couldn't see. I was mortified that we were bringing a corpse into my living room and decorating it with lights and balls. And to me, it was a corpse. It was, after the holiday, you just took everything off and threw it away. It was just garbage. It was dead. Right? I don't think a shiny Christmas tree has anything to do with the birth of Jesus Christ, do you? Let's take our holiday back. Let's rip it right out of the hands of corporate America. The Christmas tree and Santa Claus doesn't even belong with this holiday. I get it. We are a consumer economy, so we're supposed to buy. But I don't know if anybody's been watching all my other videos talking about how they're changing us from a consumer economy to a worker economy. They're trying to take our purchasing power away from us. If they take away our purchasing power and force us into a working economy instead of a consumer economy, they're taking away the only tool that we have, our spending power. So this could even be the last chance that we have to pull off a boycott like this, because we don't know where we're going to be by next year. We may not even have the same kind of economy by this time next year. So while we are still a consumer economy, we have to use our power while we still have it. This could be our last chance, sadly. Okay, everybody, I think I'm done. I'll get off my soapbox. Really appreciate you hanging around to the end. Spread the word, spread the video. If you have a few dollars that you can throw your favorite fact checker, that'd be fabulous. In the description of the video is a couple places where you can do that, patreon.com or buymeacoffee.com. And thanks for everything. And hang in there, there's more coming.